Hi everybody. We're going to read some stories today. This one is about Clifford when he was just a baby. Look at that. He's so tiny he can't even climb into his bowl to eat his food. And here's a bone. It's bigger than Clifford. Look at that. So I'm in our library room today. My kitchen is being used. Mr. Byrne is in there with Chase. They're having lunch. But this is my room that has library books over here. See all those books on the shelf? So I figured I'll read you a story in the library. So this is called Clifford the Small Red Puppy. And this week we're talking about when we were babies, and I know that you will have lots of fun trying to guess who's who on our baby pictures, but this is about when Clifford was a baby. Hi, I'm Emily Elizabeth, and this is Clifford, my big red dog. That's when he's all grown up, but we'll see what happens when he gets born and small. Yesterday, my friend Martha said, I got my dog from a fancy pet store. Where did you get yours? Well, I know that Mary Kate got her new dog, and Mila got her new dog, and Mrs. Weston got her new dog, and some of us already had our dogs, and I don't know where everybody got them from, but let's see where Emily Elizabeth got her dog from. So I told my friend Martha how I got Clifford. When I was little, I lived in the city, and I didn't have a dog. See, there she is in an apartment building, looking inside her fence area, and she didn't have a dog. One day, the man down the hall called us. His dog had puppies, and he wanted to give me one puppy. One puppy was so small, much smaller than the rest. Can you see that one? The man said, "Oh, don't take him. He's too little. He will always be small and sick. But I love that little puppy, and he needed me to take care of him." So she took the little one. I named my puppy Clifford. He was so tiny that I had to feed him with the Dolly's baby bottle. Look at that. It's a Dolly baby bottle. He's even littler than the teddy bear or the dollies that she had. We got the smallest collar we could find for Clifford to put around his neck. Look how tiny he is. Oh my goodness. Even that collar was too big. Look, it looks like a belt. When he began to eat some dog food, we had to watch him all the time. Look what happened. He climbed into the bowl and fell in. That says Clifford's dish. He was so little that he was always getting lost, even in our small apartment. You see her daddy's putting on his boots? That says Arf. Who do you think is inside the boot? Clifford. Baby Clifford. Here we go. Daddy said Clifford was just too small. He didn't think he could live through the winter, and I was very sad. So that night I told Clifford I wish he would grow to be a big, healthy dog, and I told him that I loved him. She was so sad if he was going to not last through the winter, so she said, I love you. So the next morning, Clifford looked a little bit bigger. See that? Overnight he got bigger. Emily Elizabeth was surprised and happy. He's growing. He seemed to be able to get into his dog food an easier time, and his collar was not so loose. See that? In fact, by the time Daddy got home from work, the collar was too small and Clifford grew bigger and bigger. By bedtime, Clifford's tiny basket was too small for him. Look how much he's growing. Oh my goodness, I let him sleep on my pillow again. He's almost as big as Emily Elizabeth. He's growing just like you guys are growing, but I hope you don't get as big as Clifford. Uh-oh, that was a mistake. He took all the covers and knocked Emily Elizabeth out of bed. He got so big. Well, the next morning, Mommy thought Clifford looked different. Daddy said, I think he is growing. Look at that. He brought his own bowl over to Mommy to get some more dog food. I think he's getting so big. Well, I decided to take Clifford for a walk. At the corner, I saw a big dog coming, so I knew I should pick Clifford up so the big dog couldn't hurt him. Huh, I shouldn't have worried. Look how big Clifford got. Clifford was really growing. So we ran home to show Mommy and Daddy how big he was. Now he's as tall as Emily Elizabeth. Do you think our apartment got smaller? Look at the backyard there. Daddy couldn't believe it, so we put Clifford in the garden to sleep at night. And the next morning, the lady upstairs called us and said, oh no, Clifford is peeking in her window, and she's upstairs. He got that tall. In fact, all the neighbors were noticing him because he could see over everybody's fence. Well, the landlord called the police and they came to see Clifford, and they said Clifford would have to go. But how? He couldn't get through our door. How do you think they would get Clifford out of the house, out of the backyard? Wow, they needed a special crane. Look at that. They took him from the backyard all the way into a moving van. Look at that. We sent him to live with my uncle in the country. Whoa, he's even growing out of the moving van. Look at his nose and his tail. So he's going to the country. Oh, Emily Elizabeth said, I was so sad. I missed my little puppy. And Clifford missed Emily Elizabeth. They were thinking about each other. So, what do you think's going to happen next? One day we got a surprise. My uncle wanted my daddy to come work with him in the country. So we moved right away to our new house. And Clifford was waiting there for us. I said, Clifford, you can stop growing now. You are just right. I gave him a big hug. So that's how I told Martha the story of how I got my dog. And Martha said, oh my goodness, that's a funny story. Well, that was so cute to see little baby Clifford. And it's going to be so cute to see all of your baby pictures. And now we know how big you are. Bye.